What if the only thing standing between you and financial freedom is what you believe about yourself? Not your bank account, not the economy, not your background, just your mind. Today, we're breaking down one of the most powerful books ever written on the psychology of wealth, Think Yourself Rich by Dr. Joseph Murphy. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. This isn't about hustle culture or grinding yourself into the ground. This is about something far more fundamental. Reprogramming the subconscious beliefs that are silently controlling every financial decision you make, every single day, without you even realizing it. Joseph Murphy was one of the greatest minds in New Thought philosophy. He spent decades studying how the human mind interacts with success, wealth, and abundance. And what he discovered changed the lives of millions of people across the world. Here's a question I want you to sit with as we go through this together. When you think about becoming wealthy, truly, deeply, abundantly wealthy, do you feel excited? Or do you feel something like guilt, fear, like you don't deserve it? If you felt anything other than pure excitement, this book is written for you. So let's dive in. I've broken this down into the 5 most powerful principles from the book, with real examples, practical exercises, and key quotes that you can apply to your life starting today. Before we get into the principles, let me give you the big picture of what we're covering today. Think Yourself Rich is built on one central idea. Your subconscious mind is always working. It never sleeps, it never rests, and it is constantly trying to manifest whatever beliefs you've planted into it. Think of your mind like a garden. Your conscious mind is the gardener. Your subconscious mind is the soil. And your beliefs? Those are the seeds. Now, here's the problem most people have, and this is critical. They've been planting weeds without knowing it. Thoughts like, money is hard to get. Rich people are selfish. I'm not smart enough to be wealthy. Those are weeds. And your subconscious? It doesn't judge. It just grows whatever you plant. So today, we're going to cover 5 core principles Murphy teaches in this book. 1. Understanding the 2 minds, conscious versus subconscious, and why the subconscious is the real engine of your financial life. 2. Identifying and releasing limiting beliefs about money that have been holding you back, possibly for decades. 3. The power of visualization. How to use your imagination as a genuine wealth creation tool. 4. Affirmations done right. Not the fluffy stuff you've heard before. The deep, repetitive, emotionally charged kind that actually rewires your brain. 5. Inspired action. Why thinking alone isn't enough, and how your transformed mindset leads naturally to the right opportunities and decisions. Let's start with principle 1. Wait, to truly bridge the gap between watching a video and mastering these results, you need the full blueprint in your hands. I've linked the original book below so you can claim the exact techniques and hidden insights that didn't make it into this summary. Securing your copy today gives you a permanent edge in applying. Chapter 1. The 2 Minds. Principle 1. Understanding the 2 minds. Murphy explains that every human being operates with 2 distinct levels of mind, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And if you want to think yourself rich, the first thing you need to understand is which one is actually running the show. Your conscious mind is the part you're using right now. It's logical. It's analytical. It sets intentions, makes plans, reads books like this one. It's the part of you that says, I want to be wealthy. But your subconscious mind? That's a completely different animal. It operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It controls your habits, your emotional reactions, your automatic behaviors. And here's the critical insight Murphy gives us. The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between something real and something vividly imagined. Read that again. It cannot tell the difference between reality and a deeply felt mental image. This is why 2 people can have the same business idea. One succeeds wildly, one fails completely. The difference isn't intelligence. The difference is what's running in the background of their minds. The subconscious works on patterns and repetition. Whatever thought you repeat most often, with the most emotional intensity, eventually becomes a belief. And beliefs become your reality. Murphy uses the analogy of a ship. Your conscious mind is the captain giving orders. Your subconscious mind is the crew in the engine room. They never question the orders, they just execute them. If the captain keeps saying, "We can't afford this trip," the crew will find every possible way to make sure the ship doesn't move. So the first step in thinking yourself rich is to become aware of what orders you are giving your subconscious every day.
Let me give you a real-world example to make this concrete. Imagine two people. Let's call them Sam and Alex. Both of them grew up in working-class families. Both of them hear the same business opportunity. Both have similar skills and starting capital. Sam's internal narrative: people like me don't build successful businesses. Every time something goes well, something bad happens right after. I don't want to get my hopes up. Alex's internal narrative: this is exactly the kind of opportunity that leads to financial growth. I'm capable of learning what I need to learn. Wealth flows naturally to people who provide value. Now, same opportunity, same starting point, but Sam's subconscious is programmed to self-sabotage every time success gets close. Alex's subconscious is programmed to look for solutions, opportunities, and collaborations. 6 months later, Sam has found 27 reasons why the business didn't work out. Alex has found 3 partnerships and is scaling. Your results are always downstream of your beliefs. You cannot think one thing and live another for long. The subconscious always wins.
Chapter 2. Limiting Beliefs. Principle 2. Identifying and releasing limiting beliefs. Murphy devotes a significant portion of this book to something most financial books never touch: the emotional and psychological poison that most of us carry about money. Where does it come from? Usually 3 places: childhood programming, cultural narratives, and personal painful experiences. Childhood programming. Think about what you heard about money growing up. Money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. We can't afford that. Who do you think we are? These phrases, repeated dozens of times during your most impressionable years, get lodged deep in the subconscious, and now they run as automatic background programs in your adult life. Cultural narratives. Depending on where you grew up, wealth may have been associated with corruption, exploitation, or moral failure.
Here's an exercise Murphy describes in the book, adapted into a practical format you can try tonight. Step 1. Write down your 3 strongest beliefs about money. Be completely honest. Don't write what you think you should believe. Write what you actually feel. Step 2. For each belief, ask yourself, where did I learn this? Who taught me this? Trace it back to its source. Step 3. Ask yourself, is this belief serving me? Is it actually true, or is it just a story I inherited? Step 4. Write the opposite belief, the belief that a genuinely wealthy, generous, abundant person would hold. For example, money is hard to get becomes money flows to me easily when I provide genuine value to others. Step 5. Read your new belief aloud with feeling every morning and every night for 30 days. Murphy's teaching is clear. You cannot fight a subconscious belief with willpower. Willpower is a conscious tool, and the subconscious is vastly more powerful than the conscious mind. The only way to change a deep belief is through repetition, emotion, and imagery. Which brings us to Principle 3.
Chapter 3. Visualization. Principle 3. The power of visualization. Murphy describes visualization as one of the most powerful tools available to any human being seeking to create wealth, and he's very specific about how it should be done. Most people, when they think of visualization, think of staring at a vision board or briefly imagining a nice car. That's not what Murphy is talking about.
He's talking about what he calls mental movies. Vivid, detailed, emotionally charged mental experiences that you replay repeatedly until they feel absolutely real to your subconscious mind. Here's the science behind why this works, explained in plain language. When you vividly imagine an experience with strong emotion, your brain activates many of the same neural pathways as if the experience were actually happening. The subconscious mind registers this as evidence, as proof that this reality is possible, familiar, and safe to pursue. Murphy recommends a daily visualization practice, ideally done just before falling asleep, because in that drowsy, relaxed state, your conscious guard is lowered and images penetrate the subconscious most deeply. He calls this the sleepy state technique, and he's emphatic. Don't just see an image, feel it. Feel the emotions of already having the wealth, freedom, and security you desire. Feel the gratitude. Feel the calm confidence. Feel the joy. Because here's the thing, your subconscious doesn't respond to pictures. It responds to feelings. The image is just the carrier. The emotion is the signal.
Here is a short visualization script inspired by Murphy's principles. Read this slowly, or record yourself and play it back at bedtime. Close your eyes. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Now, imagine yourself waking up in the morning in a home that reflects your ideal life. Notice the details. What does the light look like coming through the windows? What do you hear? What's the first thought that comes to you when you wake up? Now, imagine opening your phone and seeing your bank account. The number there reflects years of smart decisions, consistent action, and genuine service to others. How does that number make you feel? Stay with that feeling. Picture yourself sitting down to work, not because you have to, but because you love what you do, and it creates massive value for others. You are completely in your element. Now, imagine having a conversation with someone you love, a parent, a partner, a child, and being able to tell them, we are completely taken care of. Quick pause here. If this is resonating with you so far, I want to ask you to do one small thing. Drop a comment below and tell me, what is one limiting belief about money that you're ready to let go of today? Just one. Write it down in the comments. Something powerful happens when you name these things out loud, and you're not alone in this journey. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that button. We break down the most powerful books on wealth, mindset, and success every single week in the kind of depth that actually changes how you think. All right, let's keep going. We're into the final 2 principles, and these ones are where the rubber really meets the road. Chapter 4, Affirmations. Principle 4, Affirmations done right. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, oh no, not affirmations, stay with me. Because Murphy's approach to affirmations is fundamentally different from what most people teach, and when you understand the difference, it changes everything. The problem with most affirmation advice is this. People are told to repeat statements that directly contradict what they currently feel to be true. I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. But if your bank account says otherwise, your subconscious will reject this loudly. It creates internal conflict. Your conscious mind says, I am a millionaire, and your subconscious snaps back, no you're not. Stop lying to yourself. Murphy's approach is completely different. He teaches what he calls the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Instead of asserting something you don't currently believe, you focus on the feeling of what it would be like if your desire were already true. You feel your way into the new reality, rather than trying to logic your way there. He also emphasizes the importance of doing affirmations in a relaxed, receptive state, not through gritted teeth and raw willpower. The best states are just after waking up, just before sleeping, or after meditation, when your brain waves naturally slow down and your subconscious is more open. And critically,
repetition. Murphy is adamant that transformation doesn't happen from one powerful session. It happens from quiet, consistent, daily practice over weeks and months. You are rewriting code. That takes repetition. He also recommends personalizing your affirmations to address your specific limiting beliefs. If your deepest fear is, "I will lose everything I build," your affirmation isn't
5 affirmations drawn directly from Murphy's principles. These are designed to be said slowly, with full feeling, in a relaxed state. 1. Infinite intelligence within me knows exactly how to guide me to prosperity. I trust this inner wisdom completely. 2. Money is a symbol of exchange and service. I provide great value to the world, and wealth flows to me naturally in return. 3. I release all beliefs that wealth is difficult, dangerous, or undeserved. Abundance is my natural state. 4. Every day, in every way, my financial life is growing stronger, more stable, and more joyful. 5. I am grateful for all the wealth I have now, and I am open and ready to receive far more. Murphy recommends saying these with your eyes closed, in a comfortable seated or lying position, breathing slowly. Don't rush through them. Pause after each one. Let the feeling settle in your body. That pause, that moment of felt reality, is where the magic happens. He describes in the book how some of his students and readers transformed their financial situations dramatically, not through some miracle, but because as their inner beliefs shifted, their outer choices, habits, and opportunities naturally shifted to match. The mind finds what it expects to find. Program it for abundance, and it will begin finding abundance everywhere.
Chapter 5. Inspired Action. Now, here's where Murphy gets really important, and where he separates himself from the just think positive and watch money fall from the sky crowd. Murphy never teaches passivity. He is crystal clear. Wealth requires action. But, and this is the key distinction, the type of action matters enormously. There are 2 kinds of action in the world: forced action and inspired action. Forced action is what most people operate on. They grind, they hustle, they push through resistance constantly. They're always swimming against the current, not because they're not smart or hardworking, but because their actions are misaligned with their deepest beliefs. Part of them is still pulling the anchor of, "I don't really deserve this," while they're trying to sail the ship forward. The result? Exhaustion, frustration, and results that never quite match the effort. Inspired action feels completely different. It comes naturally, like something you're pulled toward rather than pushing against. When your subconscious mind is aligned with your desire for wealth, it begins generating ideas, intuitions, and impulses that point you in the right direction. You get a sudden urge to reach out to a specific person. You feel drawn to learn a particular skill. An opportunity appears, and instead of talking yourself out of it, you... How method works in practice. What I call the inspired action cycle. Step 1. Inner work. You do your daily visualization and affirmations. You identify and release limiting beliefs. You consistently feed your subconscious the feeling of the outcome you want. Step 2. Mental alignment. Over days and weeks, your dominant inner narrative begins to shift. Instead of "money is scarce and hard," you increasingly feel "money is available to me when I create value." This isn't forced. It gradually becomes your genuine default. Step 3. Inspired impulses. Your subconscious, now aligned with your desired outcome, begins generating new ideas. You notice opportunities you would have previously overlooked. You feel drawn to conversations, books, or skills that turn out to be exactly what you needed. Step 4. Decisive action.
Because your subconscious is no longer working against you, taking action feels natural rather than terrifying. You pitch the idea, you make the call, you launch the project. Not perfectly, but promptly. Step 5. Compound results. Each action, taken from a place of inner alignment, generates a result. The result builds your confidence. The confidence deepens your belief. The belief makes the next round of visualization even more powerful, and the cycle compounds. This is what Murphy means when he says, think yourself rich. It's not magical thing.
So let's bring it all together. Joseph Murphy's Think Yourself Rich is ultimately a book about one radical idea. The barrier to wealth for most people is not external, it is internal. It is not the economy or their background or their lack of opportunity. It is the invisible program running in their subconscious mind that keeps directing them away from abundance. And the solution is equally radical in its simplicity. Change the program. You do that through understanding the difference between your conscious and subconscious minds, through identifying and releasing the limiting beliefs you've been carrying, perhaps since childhood, through the daily practice of vivid, emotionally charged visualization, through affirmations spoken from a place of feeling, not desperation, and through taking inspired, decisive action when your inner and outer worlds finally align. None of this is complicated, but it requires something harder than complexity. It requires consistency. Day after day, week after week. Not because you can see the results yet, but because you trust the process. Murphy's message to you and my message to you is this. You are not too late. You are not too old. You are not too broken. You are not too behind. The only question is whether you are willing to look inward and do the work that most